I never talked to a trans before. Do you have a dog or a cat? I have a cat. Babe.
Here we go.
Such a loose. Is the cat a boy or a girl? It's a girl, baby.
You sure about that?
Or just a woman? I don't. How do you know the cat's a girl?
How do you know? Got him.
Gotcha,
bitch! Don't piss me off. You setting me up. Cats can't be trans, okay?
Cats can be trans.
Well, I guess it can be. Maybe she's a trans girl. Hold on. Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Did I get it wrong? Maybe she's a trans girl.
It's funny when these people are trying to counter reality. We're seeing the 3 or 4 brain cells, maybe I'm being generous there, 1 or 2 brain cells collaborating, trying to come up with an answer whilst being integrated with reality. And you just watch them malfunction with basic science that we all were taught back in flipping year 1. It's diabolical, isn't it?
There's always more white people at these events than they are actually ethnic
Purple
people.
hair.
So I'm quite confused to why are there never no ethnic people here? Why is it always the white people protesting for other people's rights? If racism was such a serious issue, we would see them out here, don't you think?
I have noticed there are a lot of white people, including myself. I'm very privileged to be here. I think a lot of POC people are scared of coming here because people then do hurl abuse. I've seen loads of hijabi women being scared to walk up here, so they've had to go around a long way. And I think coming here,
I can actually see a couple Asians and black people on the side of the right. So if it was, I'm confused. If they were hurling abuse, don't you think those people would have been abused by now?
Guys, I know I keep saying it over and over, but the LGBTQ people, they all look the flipping same. Soon as I saw this woman on the right, could be, I think it's a woman anyway, purple hair, the nose rings, all that, yeah, you already know they're going to say a load of nonsense.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Don't do this to people. Don't zoom in on them and make them the subject of your video without their consent. People in the gym are not accessories for you to use for your social media content. So she looks at you. So what? You're literally filming yourself using a machine the wrong way to post online for millions of people to see. So what if somebody looks at you in real life and from the look on her face, it seems like she doesn't want to be in your video? No. Just because you're comfortable filming yourself to post on social media doesn't mean that everybody else is too.
Let's talk about the real reason as to why she's filming and why that woman was looking at her. Because she's rocking a flipping jab of the butt. What is she doing? She went and got that triple Z butt, right? So people could look at it. That's the whole point. She got it so she could get attention. And then when people look at it, she's trying to shame them. I mean, make it make sense. These people need to be studied. And how does she wipe? How's she doing that then?
I believe that my spirit and soul are both female. My body parts are private. What I do or don't have on my body is private business. Someone threw that in my face. They were over at Clearwater Beach. I said, you know what? That's just wrong. Because you can't assume what anyone has in their private parts because those parts are private. What I haven't done or have done to my body is my business and no one else's.
Yeah, you can say your parts are private and all that. Good for you, mate. But we can all tell that you're a dude, pal. I don't think you're convincing anyone.
Why do you ask for money every week? What do you do every week? Go to work? Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
What does that, what did that just mean? These people confuse me just as much as they seem confused. Just before we get into the next clip, we are so close to 200,000 subscribers. So if you are new and you want to see more videos like this where we cover more donuts and muppets at the expense of my last brain cells remaining, Do consider subscribing. You don't have to, of course, but if you do, click the notification bell so then you'll be notified when a new video drops. And let's carry on with the video.
You're so observant. Yes, I even paid them to do it. This is a traditional face tattoo. It was done by hand poke by a professional tattoo artist who is indigenous and from my nation. I've also paid other people to draw on my body.
You paid someone to draw that on your face. Right.
Stop it. Get some help.
I swear, I don't live in 1940s Germany.
Uh-oh.
This is America. This is 2025 America. Why is the line so blurred?
So if the country is like 1940s Germany and you hate it that much, why don't you leave? But instead, a lot of these people want to make TikToks, getting attention from people online, but they don't put in any measures to actually solve the problem they say is prominent in their country.
Hi everybody, I'm at the Bastard Barbecue right now. All my friends are in there. But I guess supposedly since I have wool in my hair, I'm not allowed in. And there's a big voucher thing that they want me to read inside, and they want to give me, they want to refund my money and not let me in, and I just paid $60 and drove all the way from New West. And I also just drove all the way here from Headley so that I could be here last night and got home at 4 o'clock in the morning. And now I can't get in because of my hair.
It was included in, when you bought your ticket, it was included, our poker corporation policy was included when you bought your ticket, when you, like, in the description of the event. So it is something that was put out ahead of time. And so I apologize.
I don't really understand. So you're not letting me in because of my hairstyle?
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
if it doesn't align with a culture that...
I am Viking. Vikings have dread.
So
if you want me to go debate everybody in there on whether or not Vikings or Celtic people can have dreadlocks in their hair, I will do it. I will debate your whole freaking system.
I'm not here to debate.
Yeah, but this is retarded. I just drove 5 hours to get...
This makes no sense to me because I thought people could identify as what they want. They can identify as any race, gender, object they want. And they want to tell this woman that she can't come in because her braided hair doesn't align with her race. Well, she could be a black woman, like me. So, they're kind of contradicting themselves, aren't they?
People have always existed. You know, there are trans animals, I'm sure there are. And so, we're just trying to be who we are.
What's the trans animal?
Well, there are gay animals, so why can't there be trans animals? There are animals that change sex, and we know this. So, you might...
Like clownfish?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but they do it all by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, seahorses can do it as well, mate. I don't know what this guy looks like a transformer, a gay transformer from wish.com. But what seahorses do it, but you don't see them queuing up at the A&E section talking about they need surgeries and all that to affirm their gender. They do it because that's how they are. We're not designed to do it. That's why people sign up to get gender affirming surgeries when they're not affirming their gender, apparently. But they want gender affirming surgery. Make that make sense.
Meow. Talking tummy. This is an extra large. If we had an XXL in store, this would have been Gorgina. Yeah. Like, what is this supposed to be? Like what? Forget the stomach. Style and design of this is horrible. Who's wearing this? I want to know. Yeah. This is Gorgina. Size extra large skirt. Side profile. Sit test. Oh, she a baddie. This is stunning. Flattering. No talking tummy. Love it when people in the comments are like, it's my fault. No, it's the fashion industry. Extend sizes. Gorgina. Now, I'm obviously wearing the wrong bra with this, but this is stunning. Flattering. Size extra large. And the tatas are tatai. Total slay. She a baddie. I am gagged. I paired this together because I knew it would fucking eat. Are we kidding? Stunning. Gorgina. This is a slay. Who's this bad bitch?
Yeah, yet again, it's everyone else's fault apart from mine. That's the message. And a lot of women have told me that it's hard to get clothes now because they keep changing the sizes and all that to cater to people who are overweight, and then they complain that it's all fat phobic and all that. You women, I know there's not many women who watch my videos, but to those who do, you have to let me know if that's true or not. Let me know in the comments.
Hey, what's going on? It's DJ Transistor from Trans Radio UK. We're hanging out with P-Flag Canada today, courtesy of P-Flag Niagara. We're hanging out at Toronto. I'm going to be marching in the parade today with P-Flag Canada, P-Flag Toronto, and P-Flag Niagara. You can donate to P-Flag Niagara by hitting their social link in the description. Keep it locked, keep it cranked to Trans Radio UK, the world's largest trans radio station.
I think you've got other priorities, mate, than being there. I think you should take some time out to reflect on how you look, pal. Because a lot of people saying not normal things never look normal. And this guy's a perfect example of that.
White people showing their privilege on this internet again is really fucking pissing me off today, because it's about EBT. It's about feeding people. Mostly children and elderly people and veterans, I learned actually today. And they don't make it easy to get on EBT.
White supremacy.
They don't make it easy, and they don't make it easy to keep EBT. You have to really do your work to get in there. And you have to really qualify. Not people who don't need it, don't get it. What do you mean the free ride is over? How come any...
Do you know what's funny? I always see these videos talking about white privilege, white supremacy. Seems to always be white liberals complaining about white people. Why?
I mourn for so many women. I went to a coffee shop the other day with my dog. I've been having a really hard time, and I thought it would be good for me, it would be good for my dog, and put me in a good mood. And
you
while
took
we
the
were
dog
there,
to
an
a
older
coffee
woman
shop.
came up to me and wanted to pet my dog, and she kind of like leaned in close to me and got really serious for a second, and she basically was like, I have this vision in my head of an alternate life of mine where I never had children. I just have a dog that I bring everywhere with me. And she was very serious, and she almost like whispered it, like she was afraid of somebody hearing her. And I told her, like, yeah, I don't have any kids, and my dog goes everywhere with me. I try to bring her everywhere that I can. And she just looks at me and she goes, you're living my dream life. And then she just walked off.
Yep, and I guarantee you she was a feminist as well, because telling other women that, yeah, they're living the perfect life by just walking around with a dog, where this woman openly says she's feeling depressed and everything, she's got no kids, nothing. That's not a perfect life, is it? Who are you kidding? And I'm not gonna say like to women and guys, couples, whatever, that, you know, not everyone should have kids. If you don't want them, you go for it. But you are running the risk that, especially for women too, you are playing a big gamble that you will be very miserable in later years, because misery loves company, and a lot of women will try and bring other women down with them.
I went to a new psychiatrist today, and I have a bit of a rule that I use when I'm choosing my mental health care providers, and that I don't want them to be actively in psychosis, so they cannot be a maggot. So she's like, well, what makes your anxiety worse? And I was like, politics, the news, you know. And so we kind of went back and forth, like just throwing out like little test statements to like see where each other were, where we were. I
bet therapists, when they're sat there and they see someone like this walk in and they've all got the certain look, I bet they're flipping, rubbing their hands together. They see dollar signs.
And finally she was just like, okay, sounds like we're on the same side. I was like, oh, thank God.
The glasses, the hair, the nose ring. You guys already know.
So I'm being evicted from my apartment. Yeah, let's talk about it. So I live in a asshole part of Florida. I mean, Florida itself is disgusting, but I live in one of the worst parts of Florida. And there's nothing here. And for the past year, I have financially struggled to the point of mental insanity. I have been stealing my groceries.
What?
I have been basically stealing anything I can just so I can survive. I'm like a little fucking squirrel. And this...
You're a young, healthy woman, but you're stealing your way through life. Right. Why can't you get a job? Any reason? You know? Pretty sure all of us, if we could just get money for not working, we would do it. But we got to work because that's life, mate. So, not sure playing the victim's going to pay your bills, is it?
Stress from the financial instability has made my bipolar symptoms come back up. Oh no! So now they want me to medication. I didn't need to take medication for 4 years, but now I need medication. So, I'm getting in my fucking car, I'm driving to my mom, and we're gonna live out of our cars, we're gonna camp, we're gonna save as much money as we can, we're gonna get vans. I'm done living in this fucking system. I will forage for my own food if I have to. I'll kill a fucking animal if I have to. I'm done being part of this fucking rat race. This society is not normal. This isn't normal. Okay?
Yeah, welcome to the club, mate, but just get a job and get on with it like the rest of us, pal. How did I know she was going to blame these things for not getting a job and stealing her way through life and then blaming the system? My wife has mild bipolar, right? She doesn't use it as an excuse or victimize herself. A lot of women don't. A lot of people don't in general. I know people who are flipping disabled who still go to work and do what they can. It's people like this that just want to binge off society, blame everyone else, but refuse to do anything themselves, and they still categorize themselves as a victim. You're not a victim, you're a donut, mate.
You know, all the white women that I know who voted for Trump, by the way, I'm not friends with them, but all the ones that I know who voted for Trump, I can feel this sense of like desperation that like seeps out of their pores, this like desperate and like palpable need for male approval. It's really pathetic, actually. It's like the ultimate level of pick me. It's like you want to be seen as one of the cool girls by who? Republican men? That makes you feel good? Being seen as like a cool girl to...
Well, let's be honest here. Let's look at the facts, right? I don't care who anyone voted for. I could care less. But the men who voted for Trump, they all have that look. They look like men. And all the men who voted for Kamala look like wet wipes. So that's what you got to go by. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Fascists and Nazis.
What?
And at the end of the day,
Nazis?
just remember that being white doesn't save you from the fact that you are a woman. And this administration doesn't like women either. But yeah, you voted to take your own rights away, but at least you're now one of the cool girls that's accepted by racists and Nazis and homophobics and misogynists. Congrats, I guess.
I've heard this so many times about women getting their rights taken away. And can someone explain to me what rights were taken away? You know, I'm not involved in American politics, obviously. I'm from the UK. I wish I was in America, to be honest, but there you go. But what rights are getting taken away? Because whenever I hear that question getting asked as a counter, they can't answer the question other than the fact they can't abort their unborn kids. That's wild.
How queer was Jesus?
Oh no.
He was an observant Jew, but he was 30 years old, no wife, no job, hung out with 12 other dudes. That's pretty queer.
What?
Queering the Bible takes Jesus and other outsiders and religiously stigmatized folks in the past and juxtaposes them with contemporary queer folks and Christians, realizing that despite our past cultural differences, sexual and gender differences, that we share similar histories of out-of-placeness or vilified sexualities and gender diversities. Jesus' kingdom practice is queer in the sense it questions identities and blurs distinctions. Luke presents Jesus as leaving the patriarchal household and challenging both cultural hierarchies in his egalitarian meals, transgressing gender roles, and radical inclusion of outsiders.
It's like the only thing these people can come up with is sex, private parts, schools, all this stuff. It's always the same stuff. And it's hard to hear when it's in a church. Like, I don't even know how this stuff happens. And as some of you know, I'm a Catholic. I try and read the Bible every day. I pray the rosary every day. I try and go to church every Sunday. I'm trying to do what I can. If the church needs help or whatever, I try and do what I can. I just feel a better person for it. But if I went into church and saw this, I would immediately know that that church has been infiltrated. I wouldn't sit around listening to this. I don't even know how this stuff happens, like I say. And one day, we're all going to be judged for the things we've done and the things we've said. And this guy can't hide from that. So the things he's saying, he's going to have to pay the price for it and answer for that. So that's up to him.
Almost got into a fight at the gas station.
Really?
Guy walks in wearing an alligator Alcatraz shirt. Brave. He was real brave about it. Very proud of it. He must have been about 60, 65, you know, overweight white guy. You know the type. And a young Hispanic girl was working the register. She's always been there, like, since, you know, for months now. And she looked uncomfortable. And he was being rude to her. And so you know, but not like overtly rude, just like passive.
Do you know what's funny with these liberals, man? They're so obsessed about race and everything. But it's always white people. Like, if it was a black dude that walked in, she wouldn't say, oh, it was a black dude wearing this, you know the type. She wouldn't say that, would she? She wouldn't. She wouldn't.
Passively rude, you know? Just sitting there wearing his racism like a fucking badge, right? Like it's a uniform. It's sick, right? And so I waited till he was walking out and I looked at him up and down like that. And I was like, your shirt is hideous and you should be ashamed of yourself. He starts yelling at me, get the fuck out of here! So I flipped him off. And then whenever I was done, I walked out. He was so mad. He got red-faced and everything. Look, if you at your grown age, if you're brave enough to be wearing a symbol of a concentration camp and racism on your clothing, you should be brave enough to take it whenever people call you out on that shit. Because that's nothing more than bragging about being a fucking racist. And I'd do it again. I will do it again. What are you gonna do? Chase me down and have a heart attack halfway down the block? Because I know you ain't done no cardio in at least a decade. At least. Gonna go get your pistol and commit a mass shooting because someone called you out on your racism? Do it. Do it. I'm a millennial. I'm waiting for a fucking excuse. I've had a death wish since 2001.
Stop it. Get some help.
What's the bettings, guys, that this never happened? Yet again with these classic car videos and a lot of stories, which most of them never probably happened, to just get their feelings off their chest. That's what I get from these. What a donut.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Do not judge people based on their looks. Because you know what? Underneath it all, I'm an old school Corvette, baby.
I don't know about under all that as a Corvette. I think under all that there's a lot of calories, I'll give you that.
I'm extremely gorgeous. I'm highly intelligent. I'm so good at sipping iced coffee. I mean, come on. I should be famous. Yet the world does not appreciate what it has. But I am going to sip my iced coffee, and I am going to continue to serve face, because regardless of whether or not I am recognized for it, I am what the world needs.
I'm so confused as the objective point to this video. Like, what? Why am I even surprised?
Officially have a new favorite, KN95. To break into a top spot, a mask needs to be
a trifold. I love it, especially if it's kind of approximately my skin tone, so it blends in a little bit. I feel like I get harassed less in public that way.
What?
Having a wire for the nose to help with fit, no glasses fogging, and comfortable ear loops, and have the interior of the mask also not be scratchy against my skin. It's got adjustable ear loops to really help keep that tight seal, and we've got
Uh-oh. Don't take it off in your car.
a foam nose bridge in addition to the wire. So really helps get that tight seal. So for me, you know, always in a high risk situation, I'm going to go with a 3M or a N95. But for everyday lower risk scenarios, this one, the Well Before in khaki, is going to be my new go-to. I think it looks great.
It's really hard to believe that this is real. Like, she's reviewing those masks and talking about this is a top spot as if she's reviewing an accessory or fashion item. It's a mask. Have we not moved past this? Like, why are people still so obsessed about wearing masks anywhere and everywhere that, if anything, it's doing more damage than good wearing that thing 24/7?
But even if they still have a penis, though, like, do you think that, again, exposing a child to male genitalia just because that person feels female is a good thing for society?
Well, I feel like you're not really you're not going to expose your genitalia in a locker room. I know for me, you just get changed and stuff. So in terms of like exposing yourself in a locker room, I feel like that is not an issue. But if people are afraid that the trans person is going to mess with the female in the locker room, that's why I'm saying I feel like it's not an issue either, because if they identify as female, then they're not going to try.
They should put these on adverts for people who are considering going to college, university, these places, because even when you go there, and even if you're paying for an education, it doesn't mean you're going to get one.
Besties, we're going out tonight. As someone who's breaking the generational curse of needing permission in order to live my best life, if someone is going to try to dim my light, I will shine brighter.
This is another thing we see on the rise on social media, is more acceptance for people's problems. These people want to promote being fat because they're fat and they don't want to do nothing about it, when they're just running from reality and they're trying to assert their own delusions by getting everyone else's validation, when we all know that being fat isn't a good thing. If people want to do it, do it. I've got friends that are fat. People can do what they want. But, you know, it's the same with smoking, drinking, all that stuff. People can do it. People do it. It's fine, right? But if you overdo it, it's going to cause problems. Same with your weight. If you overdo it, it's going to cause problems. And they're trying to say being fat's fine and all that, but let's do a challenge. If this person can make the same video when they're 40, 45, we probably won't see it. And I'm talking from experience as well. There's times where I've put on some serious timber from just being lazy, and that's what it is. Just eating crappy food, not exercising, and it is what it is. My brother, my missus and all that, they'll tell me, bloody hell mate, you're becoming a space hopper as a human. And it is what it is. I know that, and I'll take accountability and put in changes to benefit my body and my health. But there's a lot of people who don't see it that way.
The people that are always protesting against racism, like yourself, are always white. If racism was such a serious issue in this country, don't you think we would see more ethnic minorities here protesting?
Right.
We have white privilege.
Stop. I can't take any more. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I cannot do this any fucking more. I can't do it anymore.
And so we need to recognise that.
So what can you do that I can't do?
I'm not saying that I can. I just obviously.
But you said you have privilege.
No, I say I recognize.
Yeah, it's true. These people say they've got white privilege. It's just they're being caught out. Because I don't think white privilege exists, and I've got white privilege. I'm yet to see it if it is real. And my black pals, they're all tired of this. They are all tired of this. Like these these white liberals, man, are fighting for rights of other people, and it's like they know what they're talking about, like with this white privilege. And then she gets asked, you know, can you give me an example of what you can do which I can't? and then they can't answer it.
That I have white privilege, and I don't mean that in a negative, derogative way.
But it's like, what can you do that I can't do? Because privilege means you have more doors open for you than me. So what is it exactly?
And I think that's true, because I think we do have an underlying racism still in this country.
So
let's just hold on. No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No.
So you think ethnic minorities don't have the privilege to come out and protest?
Oh no, I absolutely agree, and I wish.
So why they're
there
not
were
here?
more. If I'm honest, I don't think we have an awful lot of minority groups in the village.
Maybe it's because maybe they're not experiencing racism. Do you think that?
Well, I'm sorry, but I part-time live with a black man who does experience racism. So I'd ask you the question, do you experience racism?
Well, I feel like reality is that this country promises equal opportunity, but not equal outcome.
Yeah, it seems to be always liberal white women that are doing this stupid stuff, man. It's the same with all the transgender stuff in female sports. A lot of women voted for that, and a lot of the athletes, like I know a lot of female boxers, and some of them have seen my videos and they've said, yep, literally there's women who have never been in combat sports or any sport for that matter, and they're voting for this stuff to happen and destroying women's sports. It's crazy. And these people keep talking about racism when the woman on the left is completely right. If it was that bad, you would have black people out there protesting and whatnot, but they're not. And these people just keep going on about it. They keep protesting about racism when a lot of times it's not even happening.
It's been a while since I went over this, so let's do a quick refresher. We are a 3-parent family raising 2 amazing children. My husband and I, we're a married couple. We're raising our kids alongside our platonic co-parent. We're not all in a romantic relationship, though. My husband and I are polyamorous, and he does have another partner, but that person doesn't live with us. The 3 of us all do live under one roof, and our oldest child is now 3 years old. We've nicknamed them Peach for the internet. We also have a new...
Peach, get the hell out of there, mate. Who just... I wanted to get a cat, yeah? I wanted to get a cat. And people came round, they scouted every room in my house, asked me loads of questions. They did a flipping background check on me to have a cat. And for some odd reason, I wasn't even allowed a cat because apparently the outside premises of the property wasn't appropriate. Like, what are you talking about? But, you know, it is what it is. But these people... having kids, and that's, I don't even know what to say, man.
Baby that we've nicknamed Strawberry. We use gender-neutral language when we talk about our kids. 1, to allow them to grow up to be whoever they're going to be, and 2, to help protect their privacy. Our children call us Daddy. My husband is Papa. My co-parent is Momo. And they're growing to understand all of us as equal parents. They know their biological background, but they also know that we all love and treasure them. If you want to learn more about our family, you're welcome to follow my page, and I'm always happy to answer questions.
Hard drives need to be checked immediately, and I'm always lost for words during these, because when it comes to children, man, that hits a different part of me. Like, just the thought of kids living in these conditions, going through this, man, it hurts my soul. It hurts my flipping soul, man, that innocent kids have to live with this, and this is okay. People are saying that this is normal and this is fine. Those poor kids, man, and that's the truth. God help us.
We're in California right now, and illegal immigrants get free healthcare in California.
I don't believe it.
Would you like me to show you?
And they don't get free health care.
Would
They
you like
get
me to show you?
Medicaid, you know? I mean,
What's the bell for?
Wait, I'm sorry. They get Medicaid?
I think they do.
That's healthcare.
Yeah, that's health care, but I don't think it's free.
A lot of people say age equals wisdom, but a lot of times it doesn't, because this woman's lived to the age she's at and she's still a flipping donut. And she's out there protesting with a sign. This guy's asking her questions and she doesn't even know. She got, I think it's that. I think it's this. How do people get to this?
Australian Aboriginals are the oldest Indigenous culture in the world. Do you know why there's so few of them? We killed them.
Yes.
We committed a genocide.
Why were we able to do that? Why were we able to do that?
What are you implying?
I'm just asking you the question.
Are you implying because we're better?
No.
What are you implying?
We were technologically far more advanced. That's what I'm implying.
Uh-oh.
What's not clear about that?
So you're saying...
I'm saying we were technologically more advanced. Would you
So you're
disagree
saying
with
we're
that?
superior to Australian Aboriginals?
That's quite the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm not saying we were superior. I'm saying we were technologically more advanced.
So how is that the opposite?
Superior implies a moral quality. I'm not making any moral implication. You seem to be. But what I'm saying is...
I think most people would hear it that way.
No.
Again, you're a very intelligent man. How would most people hear that?
Most people would hear what I'm saying for what I'm saying, which is...
Don't think they would. Why? What's the point of this question?
The point of this question is
because we came in with our better gendered binaries,
sorry.
and therefore we were able to kill them.
This is going to work a lot better if you just hear the point I'm making instead of getting...
I really cannot understand what it could possibly be other than we are better.
Well, let me explain it to you what it could possibly be. And
what's it got to do with the gender binary?
Your argument, we're just talking about the argument, and you seem to get quite heated about this, which is completely unnecessary. You think it's necessary?
I'm a bit stunned by what you're implying.
No, you're acting in a kind of passive aggressive way, which indicates that you're not.
I genuinely am being 100% authentic. My visceral reaction to a white man sitting and saying to me,
a white man,
and why were we able to commit genocide on them? And then just pausing.
Yes.
Is very visceral to me.
Well, let's go back. First of all, it's interesting that you brought up my skin color because I thought that was the exact opposite of the point you're trying to make in the book. But anyway, let's come back to the argument.
You haven't read my book, so you wouldn't know what the point is.
You said that the point of your book is it's all about you can't say this as this person and whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
You're very reductive. I thought you were a lot more intellectual than this.
What?
I think this is very rude.
She did all that. She didn't let him speak because she couldn't answer what he was saying. And she just made herself look flipping stupid. And there's people out there who buy her books and listen to what she's got to say when she can't even handle a sophisticated adult conversation. She just made herself look like a right muppet.
My son wants to show you his Funko Pop collection, and you're gonna be nice about it.
Okay, so first I have this tiny itty bitty one. It's Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's, and I like it because it's not a real one, so it just kind of comes out like that. And then I have two.
Why's she got a mobility scooter?
Beast, which is the musical I did my freshman year. I have one of Cogsworth, which is the character that I played, and then I have one of Lumiere, who I was pretty close to the person who played Lumiere. I have two Spider-Man ones. This one's specifically Venom, like half Venom and then half Eddie Brock. And then I also, this is my largest one I have. I have more at my dad's, but this is the largest one I have here is the Sinister Six Spider-Man Amazon exclusive. And then the last two that I have are both Sonic, which is my favorite video game series. I have one of Shadow the Hedgehog. You may know from the live action films that came out. It's just him. It looks pretty cool. And then I also have one of Metal Sonic, who was the villain in the Sonic OVA movie from the 90s. Thanks.
It's like some people don't have any self-awareness when they make videos, because this video just alarms that no one's got a job in that household. I already know. And my grandmother, right, she was almost 90 and she lived on her own. She did her own gardening. She was very much like, no, I can do it. She did that until her last days. She did everything. She wanted to do everything herself, even though we tried to help her as much as we could, of course. She was always like, nope, I can do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do the cooking. She was very much like that. She didn't ask for help with nothing. And when she needed just one crutch to help her walk, when she couldn't walk, she didn't get one. They didn't have any to hand out, because it's people like her who get all this stuff when they don't even need it. And then the people who do need it, they don't get them.
Just walked you through the logic, though. The logic. I'm asking you, logic? What? Do you think a second? Can you explain though your logic there? Hold on. I'm not gonna understand the logic. No, I want to get back to the thing we're talking about. No, I want to get back to the thing we're talking about. Hang on. No. I'm not hanging on. It's not about escaping.
Before I let you escape, I just want to get back to this logic.
This is the point that I'm trying to make.
Why would it be that there was more?
That I'm trying to make.
Stop,
I don't want to.
I just want to finish.
I want to get back to the thing.
If you just answer this last question,
I don't give a shit. I want to get to the next thing.
Why won't you answer my question?
Because the whole point I've been trying to make.
This guy on the right, by the way, is like a feminist dude, and it's not much different to when Andrew talks to female feminists, you know. Isn't that a coincidence?
This whole debate.
Why won't you
is
answer
there
my
any
questions?
chance you get?
Well, I mean, it's true though, right?
No, it's not true.
Okay, well then explain the logic to me.
Because if women are feminists and you hate feminism,
Yeah.
then you hate women.
No, you hate feminism.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the thing, and I can prove it.
What I don't know.
I hate men who are feminists too.
Oh, you're looking at one.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If that's the case, then would that make me a misandrist?
I don't think so.
What if most men were feminists? So I'm a misandrist, right?
If you hate them for that, yeah, sure.
Okay, so then I'm a misandrist and a misogynist.
Then yeah, you hate.
So
people.
I just fucking hate everybody.
I mean, I wouldn't say most.
I
men
just
are,
fucking hate everybody.
I wouldn't say most men are feminist.
You did say f the logic.
I did. I absolutely did.
Why would you say f the logic?
Yeah.
Because that's not what I'm here to talk about.
That guy just broke his whole argument right there. He really thought he was going to say something. And it was like watching an argument. He kept talking over him. He couldn't handle it. He was getting caught in his feelings. Like most feminists do, funny enough. But he said, F the logic. Yeah, you played yourself with that one, mate.
What brings you guys out here today? Why is it so important to celebrate?
Well, the reason we were celebrating is because obviously it's a happy time. Gay doesn't only just mean like girl and boy or, you know.
Why are people going outside dressed like that? On the left, especially. That's stuff people should be doing behind closed doors. Why does it have to be on the street? It's weird. It's really weird. How do people get to the mental conclusion that they're going to go outside like that? Do what you want at home. But walking around the streets where there's kids on a flipping neck chain and all that and wearing provocative clothing is just insanity.
No, girl, whatever. It just means happy. We're out here to celebrate being queer.
What is this?
She's not able to speak with you. You have to speak with me directly. So when you want to talk to her, you can let me know and I'll speak for her.
Yeah, you can let me know what this situation is right here.
She's messed up and I'm her dominant, so okay. Yes.
For the people who don't really understand
Where's the parents? Where's the parents? Imagine her mum and dad watching this. We are cooked.
What that means, can you kind of clarify?
Basically, in order to speak with her, you would need to get permission from me. And in other words, I treat her like a very, very, very pretty princess. And then she trusts me with her neck, her life, and everything. We just figured out we were in the bed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about the recent Supreme Court case, Medina versus Planned Parenthood? Now states can defund Planned Parenthood money toward things like abortion and, transgender.
About abortion. So the reason for abortion is because Caucasians are actually going in extinct. So most of the women who get abortion.
I can't even hear what she's saying because I can't wrap my head around how they've gone out like this. I just can't.
Happen to be Caucasian. So basically what I'm saying here is in order to stop black people, Hispanics from overpopulating America, they need to slow down abortions.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the time, if you look at the rates and you actually view, the statistics, you'll notice that Caucasians are the one with abortions. So we're kind of out effing them for the YouTube.
So are you against abortion or are you for it?
I'm both. Well, if it suits you, it suits you.
This video is why the asteroid is coming. We are cooked. And like I said in the last video, and like I predicted, a lot of people got upset when I brought up about reading the gospel, the Bible, all that stuff. A lot of people are upset, which is cool. If that upsets you, that's cool. Right? But if this ain't the end times, this video right here is evidence of that, because this is crazy. We are cooked.
Work visa. Without a work visa, if he's come over illegally, he won't get any benefits.
I'm not talking about illegals. I'm talking about legals. Right?
Okay, but then they've got a work visa.
No, but that's not the case, and we know this because 47% of London's social housing is going to immigrants. Right.
Let's talk about it all.
No. I really want to hammer on this point, right?
Okay.
So this is a categorical injustice to the tax-paying people of Britain. You are one of these people.
Yeah, we do. We
were born and raised in Britain, and some foreigner is taking your money to slack around in a house all day.
Who's slacking around in a house? Where's your proof on that? Where's your evidence on that?
Because they need social housing. If you're working hard, you don't need a social house.
But then you say that to the people who are born in this country as well, because
Yeah,
they're
I do
also
say
sat in
that.
social
I do
housing.
say that.
But then
There's a difference
She's
here.
a donut.
what's the difference? Colour of skin.
They're
The
British.
hue of your.
They're British. It's not about hue. It's about lineage.
But
right? They don't come from somewhere else.
But okay, Carl
comes from someone else. He has a country, a family, a history, a lineage in a different country.
Right.
And now he's arrived on our shores, and the
to
British government.
help the economy.
I don't
You know,
care.
when
No,
they're
it doesn't
working
matter.
and they're working,
She's got a lot to learn.
He's not helping the economy if he's being given a social house. That is
Okay.
a drain on the economy.
That's also a myth.
It's not a myth.
The drain on this economy
It's
is
not a myth.
also people born. You're saying, okay,
She is part of the problem as to why there's a lot of British people voting and advocating for its downfall. Because they agree with what's going on. There is a lot of people who think that everything happening to the UK right now is fine. But we can forget what the people are saying, like me, her, all these people. Let's just look at the UK. Anyone who walks around the UK, goes to all the cities, and they saw it 20 years ago and they come back now, those people have to let us know their experiences, and they have, and it is very different and it's very bad.